This is a lesson about the lives of children who are not so lucky. There are children who have to contribute in making a living instead of going to school and being educated. What are the reasons why such children have to contribute in this and not take education? Anis Jung tries to find out reasons behind this, and in this connection, she comes in contact with 2 to 3 children. The first one is Saheb Alam. Saheb visits her locality every day early in the morning with a few boys and girls with large plastic bags hung from their shoulders, looking for some valuable items in the garbage dumps. Why does he do it? Where does he come from? He comes from Dhaka, Bangladesh, and he had to leave that country for want of money and means of survival because their houses were carried away by storms. So he shifted to India, and there were many others like him. He doesn't go to a school because he has to earn some money for making a living and support his family. Actually, what is the meaning of his name? His full name is Saheb Alam. It means Lord of the Universe. Imagine, children, if he had known it, he would have felt so sad because Lord of the Universe is making a living by looking for valuable items in the garbage dumps. There are children like Saheb who do not wear shoes. The question is why? Why don't they wear shoes? Do they have them? Often people say, we do not wear shoes because it's a tradition, a way of living that we do not wear shoes. We don't want to wear them. But truly speaking, the reason behind it is very clear. It's the continuous state of poverty which they hide behind the word called tradition, tarika. There is a story from Udupi which goes like this, that there was a school-going boy who offered his prayers asking to God for a pair of shoes. And his wish was granted after a span of 30 long years when the temple was turned into desolation. It was left all alone. There was no one offering prayers, but there was a school-going boy, probably the son of the priest again, who was seen wearing shoes and socks. At least the son of the priest is lucky enough. He got a pair of shoes. Now, Anis Jung picks up the thread from here that befriending these children and moving around with them, she reaches up to their locality, a place on the border of Delhi known as Simapuri. Where is Simapuri situated? On the border of Delhi. But imagine Delhi, the capital city of India, with facilities and facilities, whereas Simapuri is without any facility. People live in mud structures. Some 30 years before, it was just a vast open area. When these squatters, Saheb and his families, they all shifted to India and occupied this open area, it had only mud-made houses where there were roofs with tin and a thick piece of cloth called tarpaulin. It was very difficult for these people to stay there, but they kept on living. Although there was no running water, no facility of sewage or drainage. What is drainage? Nali ka pani nikalna. Sewage, washroom pani nikalna. There was no such facility. They used to crave for, run after ration cards to get their names on the voter list and buy grains, because for them survival is important, not identity. And they are very happy to feed their families only once a day before going to bed at night. Women in torn saris say this. They say they don't want to go back to their green fields or to Dhaka, Bangladesh. They are much more satisfied here in this country making a living like this. They and their families, their children, scrounge the garbage which is now gold to them. Gold means a way of making a living and staying alive. They live in transit homes that can be shifted from one place to another, wherever they get food, wherever they get means of survival. They move to that destination, leaving their previous one. Now, for children, this garbage is wrapped in wonders. Why? Because whenever they scrounge it and get a 10 rupee note or even something more valuable, they at times enjoy with it. Whereas for elders, it's just a way of making a living. Now, one winter morning, children, Saheb was seen. What was he seen doing? Standing at the gate of his neighborhood club, enjoying a game of tennis. And he too was wearing a bhari tennis ka juta. But his clothes did not match it. Because the tennis shoes must have been thrown by some rich boy, as it had a hole in it. But for Saheb, it was a lifetime achievement. He loved to watch the game of tennis, and he kept standing over there at the club gate looking at it. But does he want to play that? Sorry to say no, children. Why? Because it is beyond his reach. Neither money, nor access, nor time does he have to reach up to that game. Finally, Saheb has got some uplift in his life. And what's that? Saheb now is working at a tea stall, earning 800 rupees per month with all his 4 meals free a day. But is he really so happy still? Probably I would like to quote one thing, children, that he has lost his freedom, which he does not enjoy. Till now, he was the master of his own free will, moving from one locality to another, enjoying scrounging the garbage, finding out valuables, and making his life easy with that. Now he has to visit the milk booth carrying a steel can, which is quite heavy, and he has to work according to the dictates of the tea stall owner. So if you take it that way, you will find that Saheb is no more the master of his own free will. This way, Saheb's story comes to an end. But I would like to quote one more thing here. Children, if you look at the other side of the story, you will see Saheb does not complain anywhere. That way he is a great optimist. He even tells it with pride that he is now engaged at a tea stall and looks towards the owner of the stall without a word. Throughout the story, if he has achieved those tennis shoes, he is again satisfied. Once again, he does not complain about anything, instead says that he enjoys getting into the club gate when there is no one inside it, because watchman is so kind that he allows him to go there and enjoy the jhula, the swing rides. Don't you think he is a very positive fellow?